Hi, my name is Charlotte Kim, and I am a team lead of Team 21, SeekDeep version 2.1. I and fellow team member Sophie Feng will be giving you a tour of our repo. To start, our repo is organized by directories. Our source directory, folders for design, which is all the images we use in our app, as can be seen here. And then front end, which has all of our HTML and JavaScript and CSS files. And then in backend, we have all of our files for the deck controllers and our server. Our specs directory has folders for the ADRs, interface, and users. The ADR folder contains our Markdown files for decisions, our group contract, and group logistics. The interface folder has all of our design wireframes, ranging from our rough drafts and our final design in here in our Figma. And the users folder contains all of our user personas, cases, and stories. And now I'll hand it off to Sophie.
So we also have our admin directory, which includes all of our class-related resources, such as meeting minutes, team branding assets, our pipeline and documentation, our team rules, our personal notes, and videos. And then we also have our tests directory, which include all of our unit and our end-to-end tests for our test-driven development, and include functionality for getting the correct deck and card manipulation, such as add deck, remove deck, add card, remove card. And then we also have our GitHub directory, which includes our issue template and our workflow files.
Hi, I'm Ryan, and this is our project, Pals Pals. It's a website that gives you restaurant recommendations based on the restaurants you saved in a deck. You can create your own name deck, add your restaurants to those decks, and you can also select a deck and see what restaurants you saved as well as what is recommended to you.
I'm Darian Tan, and I'm also part of Team SeekDeep, or Team 21, and this is our landing page. It just basically introduces the app to the user, and if you scroll down, you can see 2 recommendation decks, and if we click on one of them, you can see that there are already sample decks for the user, and you can see on the top that there's already a recommendation, and if you reload the page, it'll be different every single time.
Hello, I'm Edison, and I'll be doing the demo on the flow of the restaurant, or the flow of the web app. So basically, we're going to first click on the decks page, and this will show us all of our current decks. Since we haven't created any yet, we can click the plus sign to create a new deck. We can enter any name we want here. And now it'll show a new deck. This initial deck will be empty because we haven't added any restaurants to it. So when we click in, we'll see no restaurants. So we're gonna click the add restaurant form, and this will pull up a form that gives us a lot of specifications to add a sample restaurant to the deck. So yeah, we're gonna be filling it out with some random specifications for now. And we can also upload an image for the restaurant. Do you have some random image to put in? Okay. So now when we submit it, it should be reflected in our decks as a restaurant. So we can click into that restaurant now, and we can see what is inside, all the things that we put in. And if we want to edit it, we go back to the decks page, and we click edit. And this will allow us to delete any deck. Okay, we're gonna also go into the restaurant to see if we want to go on the edit page of the restaurant too. So click and then click the edit deck. We can edit any of the restaurants inside. And yeah, we can delete or we can change the photo of the deck too. It's in the top right. And then now if we upload a photo, the picture on the deck will also change. Yeah, so now when we go to the decks, it should reflect that we have a new photo. Yep, okay. Perfect.
Hi, I'm Lisa, and I'd like to reflect on some of the agile principles we applied, as well as the strengths and challenges we experienced throughout the project. What worked well for us was pairing up on tasks, using GitHub issues to stay organized, and making iterative improvements to our design based on feedback. These helped us stay focused and adapt our product step by step. However, we also face challenges, the biggest one being communication. As full-time students with different schedules and responsibilities, it was sometimes hard to coordinate and treat the project like a full-time commitment, and this made it difficult to finish issues on time or keep everyone updated. One thing we will definitely do better next time is to be more transparent about task progress. For example, posting in the Slack group when someone is done, in case others miss updates on GitHub. Quick in-person stand-ups after class could also help improve coordination. These points were also regularly discussed in our retrospectives and noted on the Miro board you can see. And Tommy is going to go over every single meeting we discussed.
Yeah, so my name is Tommy. I'm the other team lead. In our first retrospective meeting on 5/18, what was really good was being consistent. What really held us back was like just not participating. It's like really unclear issues. There's like lack of communication. So we wanted to like really like focus on like working like together, have stronger communication. So that's what we did. And in our respective meeting too, what really helped was like checking on each other every day. We started working in pairs for the issues, so that's better communication there. But what really like stopped us here was like really having a messy repo. Additionally, just like not finishing the task in time, so other parts cannot be finished. So just like delays. And so what we wanted to implement was like making sure like everybody's participating and reading the Slack, and then just like being more descriptive for the issue, so you know what you're doing. So yeah, once again, we did that in our last retrospective meeting on 6/1. We really enjoyed working in pairs, which kept us like accountable. What helped us really here from was like just like the organization of the repo. Just like we didn't have CSS files. It was like very not consistent throughout the whole repo, so that really helped. And we were a really long time, so we really wanted to just like work on the issues fast and like just creating these external CSS files and focusing on the JavaScript really well so we could fully implement the idea of our project.
My name is Akil Sabrao, and I'm also a member of Seek Deep V2.1. And I will be discussing features that we would like to implement going forward. So one key area for improvement is our recommendation system. Currently, it displays a single restaurant that's randomly chosen. In the future, we'd like to make this more intelligent by allowing users to accept or dismiss suggestions, and with that feedback, influence future recommendations. To enhance the experience, we plan to integrate Yelp and the Map APIs, as well as explore using MLAI to help recommend restaurants similar to those users have liked. We also envision adding a platform for sharing ratings and reviews. And finally, we aim to refine the design for a cleaner interface and fully responsive mobile experience.
Hello, this is Mohan. Let me go over our reflection on potential pipeline improvements. First of all, we need a better criteria for done. We have a number of issues, particularly those in the earlier phrase, that were created with vague definition of done, which could be improved and help everyone understand the task and expectations. Secondly, we really need more tests. We need more integration tests and E2E tests. They are really urgently needed for a more future-proof product. We also need automated assignment of developer and reviewer on GitHub issues. Particularly on the exam weeks, there were some issues waiting for assignments and some PR waiting for reviewers during the exam weeks, which can be avoided by automated assignment of assignees. We also need more error messages and logs when something fails. We just need more rigorous error handling. And last of all, we need to document more of the pipeline setup logic. Currently, our PR is reviewed on case-by-case basis, and we can really use more explicit criteria regarding what is good code and what is required to pass the PRs to help expedite the development. We also need a documentation to help every of us to be familiar with our code standard and our automated test, so to reduce complexity and improve the buzz factor.
Hi, I'm Chester. Some of the aspects that we learned when working in a team were we liked the pair programming aspect, especially when it came to working on smaller tasks, but then there was definitely a specific time we should allocate to work when it was good to work in groups. And this just helped make everything more clear and easily communicated. Another thing we also learned was that our cross-functional collaboration needed to be really clear when it came to organizing with our design team, front-end team, and back-end team. And then another thing we found was communicating on multiple sources like Slack and GitHub were sometimes confusing, and it was often helpful to just say things twice. Like if we had a GitHub issue that was completed, instead of just moving it into the review tab, we could ping someone to help review it. And then sprints, daily stand-ups, and retrospectives really help the team stay accountable and adapt to any blockers or needs that occur. And thank you. This was Team 21. I hope you guys enjoyed our project.